Every time the man went hunting, he waited patiently for his prey to come closer. As soon as he heard a sound nearby, he quickly turned and took aim. But then he realized it wasn't his prey standing before him. It was a tigress. Her eyes were locked onto him, ready to attack at any moment. The man didn't pull the trigger because just a short distance away, two tiny cubs were sitting. If he acted in haste, the cubs might not survive. So he shifted his aim, trying to avoid a fatal shot. But the mother tigress, frightened and furious, grew even more aggressive. She was determined to protect her children, and there was no sign of retreat in her eyes. Jack was about to leave when suddenly a shot rang out from the side. The mother tigress collapsed to the ground. The two cubs immediately ran to her. One of them, the one-eyed cub, let out a low growl that sounded like a question directed at Jack, filled with grief and anger over losing its mother. At that moment, Ian stepped forward, the one who had fired the shot. There wasn't a trace of mercy on his face, and he was even about to raise his hand against the cubs. But Jack stopped him. A stern look from Jack was enough to make Ian back off. To save the cubs, Jack picked them up and carried them to a nearby cave. As soon as he set him down, the shy cub quickly hid inside, but the one-eyed cub still bared its teeth and growled, maybe out of anger, maybe out of sorrow. Jack didn't leave immediately. He caught a wild hen and placed it at the entrance of the cave, then stepped back. The cubs sniffed the food and slowly came out, and once they felt safe, they dragged it inside. That small act couldn't erase their pain, but it was all Jack could do. Time passed and spring arrived, yet Jack kept thinking about them with a mix of anxiety and hope. He returned to the cave and was stunned by what he saw. The shy cub lay silently on the ground, dead, and the one-eyed cub had disappeared long ago. Years later, news spread that a tiger was attacking the village. When Jack arrived, he saw Pete sitting on the ground with terror written across his face, claw marks visible on him, and his unconscious wife lying in his lap. With trembling hands, Pete pointed toward the village where Jack's wife and child were. Jack grabbed his rifle and ran toward the village, but after a short distance, everything fell silent, and even the wind seemed to stop. He held his breath, caught a faint sound, and without thinking, fired in that direction. Just as he was about to check, he heard a low growl behind him. Jack didn't dare to turn around, but he could feel a massive tiger standing behind him. It was the one-eyed cub, now grown into the king of the jungle. The Tiger King recognized him and did not attack. It simply turned and walked away. Jack let out a breath of relief, but then a horrifying thought struck him. If the tiger had been behind him, then who had he shot? He walked back slowly and saw a figure lying on the ground. Jack froze as if lightning had struck him. It was his wife. From that moment on, he felt as if his soul had left his body. He gave up hunting and devoted himself to raising his son. But he, who had lost his own family, did not step back, and his hatred had now turned toward the Tiger King.